Well, so we have the newspapers in the studio, and again, dominating is a subject of the effort by the Power Ministry to ensure that the current outages we're experiencing in the short term is at least kept. And there's a lot more controversy in Parliament as concerns have been raised by, well, the shadow ministers in the opposition MPP minority in Parliament over the budget of the Black Stars in its entirety and how much is being given to the Black Stars following that performance at AFCON 2015. And that really is a huge debate.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to be bringing our microphones to you, so just watch out. And if you think you have a say on this one, you let us know. Yeah. But let me do the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Here's the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Group attacks suspected gay. Controversy in Parliament over Black Stars budgets. Deal for 2 new power badges signed. Dr. Kwabena Donko, Power Minister, a really popular man in Ghana today, featured on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
He's famous or infamous?
Well, I said
that
popular.
Is if you're famous.
I said popular.
Infamous. If you're popular for the wrong reasons, you are infamous.
Like we can run a quick test right now. Michael, who is the Minister of Power? Who is the Minister of Power? I'm sure everybody will know. But the banner headline says, shocking news. Police fail to arraign pirate. No fuel to convey them. I saw the story in one of the papers yesterday, but we're blowing it up today, and that's why it's making front page headline in the Ghanaian Times. But what an excuse. Police failed to arraign pirates. No fuel to convey them. Not because there's a shortage of the commodity in Ghana. It's only because, per the story, okay, let me read a bit for you. The police couldn't afford to buy or get fuel, so they couldn't take persons they had arrested to the courts. The story says the police failed to arraign before court yesterday the 8 Nigerian pirates arrested in January for allegedly hijacking a Nigerian oil vessel due to unavailability of fuel for the vehicle to convey them. The case being tried by the Accra Central Magistrate Court was stood down for 2 hours because the prosecutor was not in court when it was called. After the 2 hours and the prosecutor not shown up, a police sergeant, Victor Dosu, informed the court of the difficulty with transporting the accused to the court. Amazing. Is it just an excuse to keep them because they didn't have any evidence or they had not gathered enough, or it was truly because they didn't have fuel to convey them? If it's the second excuse, then that's serious. Back page of the Times, Kotoko has fall again. FA Cup. Is this 164 draw held? Paga Stars to host Kotoko and BA United. Pep Hazakes scores at a glance. Back page of the paper as well. So Hearts lost. Okay, it was 1-2 to Edubiase FC. For a moment, I thought your team na yo, but no, we've got a long way to go. But then again, Kotoko also lost, yeah. So.
So you're a Hearts fan.
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to publicly admit it.
You have some soft spot for them.
When they don't perform like this, I say
my team is also Kotoko, and you know the good thing I love about this season's league is that very gentleman, I want him to win a league. Duncan, David Duncan.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a very good coach, and I want him to win
I agree.
a league. Even though I think that Kotoko we've monopolized the league for the last 2-3 seasons.
Oh please.
So well, it doesn't matter. But on the front page of the Daily Guide, we have the story. Government blows 18.5 million Ghana cedis on the Black Stars. Supporters apparently had also a share of, not out of this though, $6 million for their upkeep and transport to and fro from Accra to Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. And in Nigeria, the politics is still heated up, got to an equilibrium, but then the INEC all of a sudden came out and said they had postponed it, and according to the political critics, well, it was an instigation of the Goodluck Jonathan government to make sure that the election was postponed for additionally 6 weeks, and so now it will be...
We're the first week of that postponement, we're in this first week out of the 6, correct? Okay. Oh no, it could be after Saturday because the original plan was Saturday.
Okay, so it's going to be after Saturday. So
6 weeks from Saturday.
So it's going to be the ending of March. So they're going to vote, I think, 28th March or something like that.
We'll see the difference that would make. Because, you know, people say that the little polls here and there, the individuals, those who have got the cards and those who have not got the cards, some people say, listen, they don't like Buhari, but if they have to choose between the two, they would have to go with him.
Well, we'll see how that goes. And we say we continue our stories on the front page of the Daily Guide. And it says, apparently, General Obasanjo has dumped Jonathan for Buhari. And he seemed to have confirmed that. Confirmed that in an interview with the press in Nigeria. Just a passing comment he made to the press. He said, why not? Why not support Buhari? After all, he's educated, he has the experience as well. And we also have court stops. Odike is also still on the front page of the Daily Guide. And it talks about Odike, well, so who wanted to contest the last election. Back page, we have Ash Gold beat Kotoko. And you have also the league there. Nyantechi, wife not happy. Apparently, the wife of the kingpin of the Football Association apparently not happy about incessant attacks on his husband, Kwesi Nyantechi. Besides that very story, we have Harrison Affol's picture there. It says Awada of Emirates side, the UAE, they have signed him, full signing. And I tell you, I wish that I was his friend. Okay, Ebedis Kanabo. Emirates, full money, tax-free. You get the money.
You know the story about the supporters chopping some $6 million? This one that's reported. The point is that, you know, officially, we didn't take supporters to Equatorial Guinea. So we're not supposed to have a budget for them. And I guess that's the thing.
We don't have a budget for them.
Actually, a lot of people are, okay, so where is this coming from?
These are media speculation that's saying, according to sources and things they've cited, $6 billion was spent on the supporters. All right, they're feeding, upkeep, because you have to put them in a hotel, very good hotels or hostels or wherever. Not like the ones in Brazil, because Brazil was extremely expensive, but this one was affordable. But the question
I'm saying what's surprising is we didn't agree that we're going to send supporters to Equatorial Guinea.
It was surprising to everybody to see Ghanaian supporters there. We thought...
Well, we thought they went on their own, or maybe some corporate entity sponsored them. If some corporate entity sponsored them, an entity that I mean, that you and I, our monies don't run that business. And if they went on that level, then fine. Otherwise... Okay, let me do the chronicle. Otherwise, you want to do the daily graphic?
That's a story. I'm talking about the Black Star 25,000, and I think one of the players can just use that one to sponsor this very student. The Master Peter Boneburi cannot raise funds to pursue his dream of attending medical school. And we spend all this money on 60.
But he's qualified to be in the medical school?
He's qualified. Let me just read the story to you, or to our audience out there, and they'll get to know vividly what the story is. It talks about the ambition of a 20-year-old graduate of the Nandom Senior High School to become a doctor after obtaining, this is what he obtained, A1, 7 A1s and 1 B3. And this is because Master could not raise funds to attend the University of Development Studies Health Sciences program. And so his hope is dashed. He got admission all right.
Aww.
And it says his mother sacrificed everything for him to enable him buy the admission forms for 120 Ghana. And he's had the admission to attend medical school, and he doesn't have the money.
That's sad.
And so far, we're told that the Daily Graphic has raised only 1,500 Ghana cedis, and they're hoping that can enable him also get a head start.
I think that with the story out today, and it's on the front page.
To the players of the Black Stars.
No, forget about the Black Stars.
Okay. To the ministry.
Ghanaians, forget about the ministry. Ghanaians would raise it. That's what we've always done. We've always supported ourselves. I mean, if we want to depend on these institutions.
Well, we have other stories also on the front page. We have ITLOS assist Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire break deadlock over selection of arbitrators to demarcate boundary. Ghana President swears in Ghana Infrastructure Fund Board inaugurates exim ban task force. But the main story: fake marriages. EU-USA express concern for the acquisition of visas.
You know what this
yeah,
deal is about?
People come to marry.
Yeah.
Take the pictures, especially in front of the AMA and the Registrar General, and send them. Doesn't look bad. I should go and look for some Americano or some British resident.
Oh, you don't always have to do that. If your big sister or something, they can come and marry you.
The two of you.
And then
my sister and I will be married.
Yeah, on paper.
Talk of incest. Edubiase shock hearts. And Ash Gold also deep in the woods of Kotoko, we're told. And Ash Gold is led by David Duncan. I love the very gentleman.
So you want Ash Gold? So Ash Gold is the team that you want to take the...
No, I'm a Kotoko fan, but if Ash Gold wins, I think that's because of David...
Because it's also in the Ashanti region, is that it?
Not necessarily, because of David Duncan. He's a very good coach, really. Adriana for Atema, and we have the rest of the log for the Premier League, First Capital Plus Premier League.
All right, I'll do the Chronicle. I heard the story yesterday. I didn't want to believe it. I just thought it was maybe social media doing its thing again. But it's on the front page of the Chronicle. It says, don't blame Dumso if you can't manage your business. Guess who's saying that? Barton Odro. So I'll go to page 3 and qualify his name properly for you. He's the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament. His name is Ebo Barton Odro. And the story says that most businesses in Ghana have turned their shops, offices, and production centers into sleeping places due to the ongoing power crisis, which has crippled the Ghanaian economy. But in the face of all these challenges, Ebo Barton Odro still says that these entrepreneurs, that if they cannot manage their businesses, they should not blame it on the current energy crisis. I don't know. I still don't want to believe it, even though the story is here. I can't believe that he really, truly said this. So I want to ask the Honorable MP, if you sell ice kenke or iced water and you don't have electricity for 24 hours, remember, if you're a small business, it means that you cannot even afford to buy a generator, because how do you pay back and how do you buy fuel? For the 24 hours that your refrigerator is not working, how else can you manage that business? Can he answer me, please? Otherwise, I don't want to believe that you really said this. I'll do my checks properly and come back. So me and you will settle this matter tomorrow. But let me move to Ajaho saves Ayarega over AFCON, and Akachi North District embarks on development projects. These are the other headlines. But back page, I guess the talk of the town today is Ash Gold, Ash Gold, Ash Gold here, Ash Gold there, Ash Gold everywhere. Why not? Because they're on top of the table with some 18 points. That's it for the Chronicle, Roland.
Front page of the Al-Hajj newspaper, Hakeem Jazz Bawumia, MPP NDC debate over management of economy. Ghanaians are more intelligent than he thinks. Atuan Hoy, as if he hasn't been around, assures President Mahama, solving the energy crisis, we won't let you down. Akufo-Addo regrets criminal libel repeal, and we told you so. Say Okada, government divided over ban. And the back page, GMPC to reward Black Stars with $575,000, and Kulu Ture tips Ghana for greatness. Oh, we've heard that before.
Okay, you're done?
I am.
That'll be it for the newspapers?
Done.
Okay, so now you know what's trending in the newspapers. It's like choose your choice. Go to the newsstands and choose your choice and read further for yourself. But here's the story I wanted to share with you. So this young lady, and this is North Korea. No, this is not North Korea. This is South Korea. I beg you, North Korea. I'm not talking about you. This is the daughter of a man who owns an airline, a big airline in South Korea. In fact, she served as, was a vice president or something. So she's on this plane going to Seoul, which is the capital, isn't it? From New York. And then because peanuts, I don't want to say peanuts, I want to say nkatsie, was served in the bag and not in the plate or whatever it is, she was pissed. Really pissed to the extent that the plane that had taken off, she requested, no, it's not a request though. I mean, if she ordered that the plane go back to the airport where it had taken off. And this was done. It was on her orders. After all, her dad owned the airline. But right now she's in trouble because, you know, she punished some of the, in Ghana we will call them air hostesses or air hostess, whichever way. Some person knelt down. I mean, they had to apologize. They had to please her, and so she punished some of them on the plane. Now she's facing a possible 3-year jail sentence, and that sentence hopefully will be handed over to her today. So we'll brief you if it happens.
Can't happen in Ghana or Africa.
Like seriously?
Yeah,
no, it could happen.
Oh, boy.
It could happen.
Let's see that.
Roland, if your dad owned
and
Emirates,
you did this, and you did this in Ghana, and see.
But if this is happening in North Korea,
you won't be punished for it. That's my point.
Okay, yeah, then I agree with you. But it could totally happen.
No, I mean the attitude will more than double.
They could decide that.
But I mean the punishment will not happen in Ghana.
Okay, so and she says she's regretting it. Amazing, but as for this one, they're super rich people. The things they do, amazing, amazing. Right. Over peanuts, granules, whatever it is. Oh gosh. Okay, so that's my little story.
All right. So please always make sure that you log on to our Facebook page, Join Us on TV, and also we have a handle on Twitter, Join Us on TV. Now we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have a lot more for you on the show.